What's going on, guys? Back here with another YouTube video. In this YouTube video we're going to be talking about WorkHorse and where I think the price is going. Now before we get into this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Now with WorkHorse, we really haven't been getting a lot of news regarding the USPS contract just because they're announcing it at the end of the year, so we're going to have to actually wait on that, so there won't be too much more news released regarding WorkHorse. But in the meantime, we can actually analyze the stock price and see where we think it's going and how we can structure a trade. Now, if you were following me back, let's say a week ago, then you know that I charted out WorkHorse and I was talking about that if we got above this resistance, then we're bullish. And that's exactly what has happened. Ever since we got above this resistance area, we've been bullish. Now, since we're well above this area, I'm going to start charting new areas for y'all to be looking at for possible entries. So when I'm looking at this chart, the first thing that comes to my mind is this area right here. Right in here. This would be a good area for you to get in if it pulls back to support. Another good area that's closer is right in here. We're right basically on top of this level. So anywhere in this range is where I'm looking to get in WorkHorse, or I'm either looking at to see what it wants to do. Now we're right at this very support level and slash resistance level, and we're just basically hovering above it right now. Now keep in mind, this is a day before a holiday, so the volume is typically lower and there's not too much action. Also, Friday is half a day, so going into the rest of this week, I don't see much action happening. So I'm going to be playing this as a swing trade going into Monday. So all of this plan is based on what happens Monday, regarding if nothing happens on Friday and the rest of the day. So right now, we're basically hovering over this support area. Now, let's say we're unable to hold this area and we fall back down to here. This is where I would get into the 25 area mark. Now, that is a huge drop for WorkHorse, but it could happen. Now, if I were to structure my trade getting in at $25, this is how I would have it. I'd get in there and my stop loss would be right here at that wick. Because once we get below this, we're probably heading down to around this area right here, and you don't want to back hold and hold on to that. Now, if I were to get in right now, this is how I structure my trade. So if I were to get in right here at this area right here, I would stop out right here. So I'd keep my stop loss tight. Now the reason is because of this. Once we get below this, the next area of support would be around this area right here, and I just wouldn't want to hold the stock for that long. Now, let's say we do have a bullish day Friday. I would consider swing trading it over the weekend. Now, it depends on how much we're up on Friday. If we have a rocking day and we're up, another $2 to $3, then I would consider locking in profits. But if we're only up $1 or so, then I'd consider swinging it Monday, and then I'd take profit somewhere around this old resistance area right here. Now, that is all-time highs, so that will be a psychological level. So that would be interesting to look at. Once we get at that area, do we instantly reject or we push through? Now, one thing to keep in note though is that we had this huge wick right here, and now that could have been a stop hunt where banks were getting in. So that's one theory, that banks like to do this. They like to drop the stock and then hunt for stop losses, which pushes the price even lower. And that could have happened right here, because you can see we went from $27 to $24 in an instant, and now buyers came in, and so far we've been back in this uptrend. So I'd be curious to actually know why this actually happened, or if that's actually a warning shot for things to come and we actually downtrend back down to here. But nonetheless, buyers did come in, and now we're waiting for that uptrend. But keep in mind though that at the end of this year, WorkHorse does have some type of positive catalyst. If they get that contract, then you can expect we're going to blow right through all-time highs, and that could be accredited to this run-up we've been getting right now, because market thinks that we are getting that contract. But if we do get that contract at the end of the year, then that's going to be a huge positive catalyst for WorkHorse. However, if we don't get that contract, then you can expect some type of pullback for WorkHorse, and that will probably act as a negative catalyst. However, I think WorkHorse is most likely going to get that contract just because they're such a good company and they have such great vans. Now, going into the session tomorrow, like I said, I'd keep in mind that it is half a day, so we're most likely going to have low volume and there's not going to be that much action. So plan your trade for Monday. That's probably what's going to happen. Most of the volume's coming on Monday just because we have the holiday this week. But other than that, guys, this was my opinion on what I think WorkHorse is going to do, and I'd structure my trade like this if I were to get in now. However, if I were to wait, I'd try to get in at this $25 mark, and then I'd take my stop loss right below this wick. But other than that, guys, stay tuned for more videos. I'll be posting more videos about electric vehicle companies just as WorkHorse, NIO, and Tesla. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and put your push notifications on. Thank you, and I'll see y'all in the next video.